Uh, Hello everybody, welcome to a review of the Book of Human Insects by Osamu Tezuka. I'm sure you know who Osamu Tezuka is. He's the godfather of manga and also the godfather of anime. We wouldn't have anime or manga, well, it wouldn't be as popular if it wasn't for this man who created this. Now, if you haven't read anything by Osamu Tezuka and you consider yourself, an anime or manga fan, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing? Hurry up, go to Amazon or try and find it on the internet. I don't even care. Read this. Read one of these. Read Ayako. Read this. Definitely plan to read MW next. And then after that, Astro Boy. And then after Astro Boy, I will get Pluto. But there's just a lot. I just want to read more of his works because I feel like every time immediately when I was like, I feel like I should read this, because I need content. But once I picked this up, I could not put it down. The characters just kept me interested. And I have to say, it's if there's one thing that I prefer, and that is, attention to the characters. And it seems like a lot of attention went into these characters. It's like you cannot ignore the characters. Even the characters that are not even given names. You just see them. You feel a strong presence of them. For example, a good example of this would be the guy in this one. You don't even know him, but he's so persistent in trying to, go out drinking with Tomura, who is the main character of this. And he's like, oh, this is a sleazy guy. This is a perverted guy. Okay, so I feel like we should talk about Tomura, the main character of this whole entire thing. She is an insect. She is a parasite. She'll leech off talented people, basically steal their talent, steal everything from them, and then move on to the next person once she's finished draining them. Why? Why does she do this? Well, fame, money, just to get whatever she wants. She's as free as she can be. There's nothing holding her back. Anything that tries to hold her back, she'll fight it. And, if something threatens her, she'll kill it. She's killed a reporter who found out that she plagiarized her novel. She killed the novelist that she plagiarized. So you can say, I guess you can say she's kind of a feminist role model when you think about it. But actually far from being a feminist role model. Kind of, oh boy, she's not the greatest person. And then there's a character that comes on, later into the story. Shimiji, I believe is her name. And she is the exact opposite of Tomura. And she looks exactly like Tomura. But the only difference between Shimiji and Tomura is that Shimiji was a geisha. Which means, as a geisha, you had these lecherous, lusty politicians and a bunch of people basically toying with your body. So she was not free at all. She had no control over her body. She was used as a sex object for a lot of people. To the point where it's every time she would get a child, she had many abortions. She even, because of, her body basically being just violated and destroyed by other men, her body became sick. And she eventually dies. And I'm sorry to spoil something, but, I think it just hits you hard when you think about it. And then, by the end of this, Tomura gets away with it. And that, at first, I was kind of unsatisfied with that. Excuse me. At first, I was kind of unsatisfied by that. But eventually, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, yeah, I guess that's what happens, Everybody, there are a lot of people who get away with things, but there are also a lot of people that don't get away with it. So you're always going to have people who get away with things. And you're always going to have, and it's the truth, And it's the same with, like, at the end of Ayako, I was just, like, at first, unsatisfied, but then when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, this is the kind of stuff that happens. There is not always a happy ending, and expecting there to be a happy ending is like expecting food on your plate every time you want food. It's not something that will happen a lot of the time. You can't always expect things to go your way. You can't always expect things to continue to be great, Things... It's like, I imagine there's a lot of things that have to do with, like, the social climate at the time that Tezuka was writing this. I don't have that knowledge, and, I'm sure I'll, try and find that knowledge if I ever want to make a video on why, Osamu Tezuka is just a great storyteller. And, how he gets his inspiration for a lot of these works. That he's just pumped out of his brain. My Lord. Jesus. Like, I need to calm down for a minute. I guess that's really all I have to say about this. It's just... It's an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for me. Like... The reason why I give it 8 out of 10 is because there are moments, like, close to the end, I feel like... I think right about this much into it, where I was saying, I kind of want it to be over by now. And, that stopped it from being a 9 out of 10. But if I had to say anything, I think, maybe a strong 8 to a light 9 is definitely something that I feel like this would be, And it is. It's a strong 8 to a light 9. So maybe at 8.5, but given 0.5 is, it's a little iffy for me. Anyways, I guess that's it. Like, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next video.